Hi Pumas and Puma families. We just wanted to make a video to talk about our last homework project of the year. Woohoo! So this is for Unit 6, and it is a lot shorter because we don't have that many weeks left to go. So our central idea is stakeholders contribute to solve a community's problems. And over the next few weeks, your scholar is learning about how power in the government is distributed, what the process is to create rules and laws, and what makes a good citizen who contributes to their government and their community. So you can see on this first page, it just tells you the week and what's due. So this week, it's just week 1 that's due. Tomorrow, April 25th. Choose a person and a project format. So here they had to pick a topic, review the list of possible people you would like to research. There's a list on the back of this page. This person should be local or national. That is a famous American that took risks to secure freedoms for themselves and their fellow Americans. So you're going to have your scholar, you're going to make a list of 3 to 5 names, and then you are going to circle the one that you're going to choose. So here's the list right here. You don't have to choose from this list, but these are just some ideas. Once you've figured out who you're going to do your project on, you have to pick one of these. Keep in mind, you only have 3 weeks for this project. So one thing you could do is dress up as your famous person and give a 2-minute presentation about yourself and your accomplishments. So that's kind of like right here, this scholar and this scholar, but they also added like a poster. You don't have to do that. Just dressing up and giving the speech is perfect. The second thing is to create a 5-page picture book about your famous person. Your book should be illustrated and colorful. So if you're doing illustrations in your picture book, we're not looking for coloring that's like this. We're looking that you're taking your time on coloring your 5-page picture book. The third option is to create a poster to wear with a hole big enough for your head. Design the poster so that it is wearing clothes like your famous person. Prepare a 2-minute presentation. So that would be like these 2 scholars here. So you can see they just got a poster board from the Dollar Tree. They cut a hole out for where their head is, and then and the scholar also did arms and decorated it like that person. The fourth option is to fill a paper bag with 5 items that your famous person would have owned. Make the items using craft materials. On an index card, explain why you included these items. So for my scholars, I gave them the example, if I'm choosing Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., maybe in my bag, I created a tennis shoe. And I told the scholars that's because Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Needed a pair of good walking shoes because he walked many, many miles to peacefully protest. So that would be one of the items in my paper bag. The next option you could do is to create a scrapbook page of this person's life. Include 3 pictures of this person doing important things. Explain what is happening in each picture. So it could be pictures that the scholar is drawing or that they've printed off from the internet or other reliable source. And the last option is to choose your own project, but you need to explain it here. What is your idea? Are you making a website all about your person? Are you doing a video cast? Whatever it is you're doing, you need to explain with the details. So now that you've chosen your person and you've figured out what you're going to do, you need to make a list of materials that you will need to complete your project. So please make a list here. And then for us, we will grade either yes or no, whether your scholar has these things, and leave any additional comments. For the next week, week 2, it's all about research. Research, read, and record. So your scholar, or scholar if you're listening to this, you have to find 1, 2, 3 sources to find some information about your person. So you need to give us what is your source, cite your source. So for example, if you are on the internet, what site are you on? You know, if you are researching, if you got it from YouTube, okay, you're writing that it's YouTube, but you're also telling me what the channel is called and what the title of the video is called. If you're reading from a book, you're telling me that it's from a book and giving me the title of the book that you're finding. So you want to be specific. And then you have to think, is it reliable? How do you know that the information that you got can be trusted? So you're going to go down through and you're going to read each one of these, and if that fits for your source, you're going to checkbox it. And you might have some that it doesn't have a checkbox, so then you have to think, is it truly reliable? After you are listening or reading or interviewing someone, you need to take notes. So we highly encourage that they use our thinking maps. Scholars know the big one is like our tree map with our main idea, whatever it is that they're talking about. Maybe they're taking notes on their life, the accomplishments, and other. So they're just taking their notes down. And 1 source, 2 source, and 3 sources. So they have to have all 3 for week 2. For week 3, it's the project start. Are you on track to complete your project? Explain, answer, and complete sentences. These are some sample sentence frames. These are not for you to fill them in. So for example, scholars, or if they're going to use these sentence frames, they need to rewrite it, not fill it in. So this scholar wrote, I am on track for this week for my project. I completed ... So the same thing too. Now that you've learned more about your famous American, write 2 to 3, that's it, simple sentences about how this person has contributed to solving a community's problem. So again, it gives you sample sentence frame. If your scholar is going to choose that, they need to rewrite that sentence frame out here. And again, this is our criteria and how we will grade your scholar. For week 4, project completion and reflection. Do you have weeks 1 through 4 packet? Check. Do you have your reflection paragraph? Oh, probably not yet. And do you have your project? And my project is a whatever it was. It was me dressing up. It was a poster. This is the reflection paragraph. So these are the directions. Write or type a paragraph answering the following questions. Why did you choose this person? What interested you about this person? What did you learn from reading and researching about this person? And what is one lesson you can learn from this person's life that can help you be a better citizen? So this is Mrs. Gaughan's sample. I chose Alexander Hamilton. I chose this person because I recently saw the play Alexander Hamilton, and I learned so much about him, and I wanted to learn more. So Mrs. Gaughan just explained why she chose this person. And also kind of what's interesting about this person. This person interested me because he was an immigrant that came to America to find freedom. He fought hard for those freedoms during the American Revolution. He also fought hard against a lot of people that did not like him because he felt that what he was doing was what was right for the American government. Okay, so she talked about what was interesting. Something interesting that I learned from this was that Alexander Hamilton was not a president. I was surprised because you see his face on the $10 bill. This made me think he was a president, but he never was. He was only the U.S. Treasurer. Alexander Hamilton believed in what he fought for so he could have a better life. He even fought when it was hard. I want to have the courage to fight for what I believe in when it is hard. So she talked about the lesson that she learned from reading and researching about this person, and how it can become a better citizen. So I want to have the courage to fight. So some feedback might be courage to fight what? What could you do? What could you stand up and fight for? Elaborate on that. And then here is our rubric on how we are going to grade the overall project. So aligning to the central idea. For a 3, remember that's on grade level, a 4 is above grade level, 2 is almost on grade level, and a 1 is below grade level. So 3, we're looking at our 3 column because that's right on 3rd grade level. The homework chose person and project was aligned to the IB central idea. Reflection, the writing content and reflection paragraph. Reflection paragraph includes an introduction, conclusion, and details answering most of the questions asked. Grammar. Grade level grammar standards followed for what has been taught to this point in the year. Evidence. Clear evidence of purposeful research with multiple sources. And project itself. Project was presented well, constructed, and scholar showed pride in work. So that's it. It's only 4 weeks. We want to end the year out strong. We would love to have 100% of our scholars to complete this project. And we know that researching, sometimes that requires your assistance with like the computer or finding books, but we appreciate your help with your scholar in doing research on this project. It's really important, especially as they get into 4th, 5th, 6th, and onwards, that they know how to research and write from a reliable source. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your child's homeroom teacher.